Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Freitas, and I'm the president of CFT, and I'd like to welcome you to this week's edition of CFT's Upfront Weekly Broadcast. As you might have noticed over the months, we have changed the names as we have updated how we are delivering this video. Now, also on CFT's YouTube page. For today's update, we're going to be very brief. I'm going to use my time with you to actually ask you to please watch something else this week. We're going to share it in the comments here as a separate post on our Facebook and Twitter pages. It's a video of a town hall that was hosted by AFT, AFSCME, and SEIU just recently regarding the approval and rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine. This national town hall features experts from the CDC, the FDA, and the American Medical Association. I know there are so many questions about the vaccines that hearing from these seasoned professionals who are each highly respected in their fields will provide so much valuable information. So please watch that and share it after this short video. By way of an update from me this week, I want to briefly acknowledge the news in the media and from the legislature about the pressure to reopen California schools to in-person instruction in the spring. There are going to be many more details coming in the next week or so, but for now, I'm going to summarize what we know. This bill was introduced just this past week by several California legislators and will push K-12 schools to open in-person instruction when counties are out of the purple tier after March 1st. We are currently analyzing the bill that has been introduced and have met with the legislators and their staff who are behind the bill. Right now, because of the skyrocketing COVID-19 cases, we believe that all K-12 schools in California should be closed to in-person instruction through the end of the calendar year, up to the winter break that is just around the corner. We believe that as California is breaking record numbers of new cases and deaths, as ICU beds are filling up, and as we are getting emergency texts on our phones that we are in a stay-at-home order, right now we need to be focused on getting the COVID-19 numbers down and to create a safer California. As to in-person education, we have stated since May that fundamental safety measures must be in place before schools reopen for in-person instruction. Our 5 pillars since May for reopening schools for in-person instruction are easy and simple. 1, get the COVID numbers down. We need to get them down consistently, not just a drop in one day, but consistent over a period of time. 2, we need to provide testing, tracing, and isolation in our schools of our staff, of our students. 3, we need to provide the essential PPE and the social distancing guidances and directives in our schools. And this includes masks, gloves if needed, face guards if needed, plexiglass, 6 feet apart, and all of the requirements. We need to have stakeholder involvement. And finally, we need the essential funding to be able to do this and to provide an equitable education as well as the best education and the safest education to our students. Those are the 5 pillars that we have been talking about since May and are still pushing to have an effect to be able to safely reopen. The timing of this discussion about in-person education at the height of the pandemic is not in our control, and it's unfortunate. But we are committed to working with the legislature to ensure that these safety measures are in place, including the much needed additional funding that I mentioned. Again, there's going to be much more information from CFT in the days and weeks ahead on the subject of schools reopening for in-person instruction, so please stay tuned and check your email inboxes. In the meantime, to focus on the hopeful efforts of emerging from this pandemic and the critical information needed, please watch the AFT, AFSCME, and SEIU Town Hall on vaccines that we've shared down below. And share it with your friends and family so that they know the information behind these vaccines. And with that, I said I would keep it short. I want to once again thank you for watching this broadcast, and I want to wish you a happy Hanukkah, and for you to take care of yourselves and those around you. Thank you and good night.